Hello and welcome back to another VOD review. We're heading over to the east, as we always do. We got the Hangzhou Spark taking on the Philadelphia Fusion. Everything looks good for Philly. I think Spark actually went 0-2 this weekend, right? But the thing is as well, that Spark don't even look bad. I just don't think they look as good as Philly and Seoul. So it's not a bad look. I just think the biggest issue that the Spark are having is that Shy is the carry, right? But he's stuck on Sombra duty, and I think that he can't carry very hard on Sombra. When Spark had their most success is when Shy was able to fuck, and he just can't right now. And the rest of the team needs to step up, but we just haven't really seen it to that degree. They're still solid. Like, they are a good team, except for when they play Brawl. Please never play Brawl against Spark. They're still good at pretty much every meta. They're just not great at anything. Well, on the other hand, Fusion, I think, have really been stepping it up in this tournament, in this meta. With Funny Astro back in the lineup, looks good. I think EQO's on top form. I don't know if we saw Shockwave in this match. I don't know if it was in this match or the last match in which we got to see him. It might have been this one, because I remember him killing Shy. So we might get to see a little bit of Shockwave. Oh, no, it is in map 4. So we did get to see him in map 4. I'm trying to remember what match that was, but it was this one. An interesting thing that the Fusion do that no one else really does is that Hotba plays a lot of Xayah. Like a lot of Xayah. I guess the only other team that does that is the New York Excelsior with Kalios. But yeah, Hotba plays Xayah a lot of this series and actually does quite well. So he's going to make it work. So I want to see that. See if that's something that other people could adopt. Someone could play. But yeah, maybe Philly's back in form. I don't know. Let's not count our chickens too early. You know, let's not get our hopes up for the fans. Hotba. All right, let's get some Hotba Pop to start.
4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
All right, so we're going to see a Hangzhou. This is actually a pretty common theme in the East as well. The East actually really likes playing Hangzhou. I can see some of the validity, like we just watched IM37 kind of pound on the Hangzhou. I like it if you're playing against the Orisa, if you're not, or like a Reinhardt. If you're not playing against that, I don't like the Hangzhou. I think you're better off playing the Tracer. But I think this is sort of like the way Fusion's playing like the Zen Brig, it makes me think that they know what is coming with the Orisa. So I think this is a great comp from the Fusion. I think it is way better than the Spark. Spark is 100% dependent on Gushwei's shield just existing for both their hit scan. Like Architect is going to have to take an off angle, but Fusion's going to want to close this distance like somewhat and do a ton of damage. Big energy. Yeah, and that's it. Grab Dragon can't be understated how valuable that is. It's like a free win. EQO gets caught from the flashbang from Shy, if you just saw. Shy on the McCree is definitely a good time. So I like this Orisa look from the Hangzhou Spark. The Spark comp works. I don't have a problem with the Spark comp. I don't think it's not awful by any means. I just prefer the Fusion comp. I honestly think a lot of this match would be dependent on how much work Carpe does. Woo-hoo-hoo. Hotba was there until he wasn't. Oh my god, Shy, that was trust in his supports. Alright, well, you know how it's like it depends on how much work Carpe does? The answer is a lot. Oh, that was just some miss by Shy. And he got split up from IDK. Where did IDK go? IDK's like, yo, you guys see these guys talking shit? I'll get him, don't worry. Yeah, fuck him up, IDK. Yeah. Yeah, ugh. Wasn't great. Want some alarm pub? Let's look. The questionable IDK there. How's Mono looked on the ball? I'm not sure, actually. I haven't paid much attention to it. Yo, what's up, the organic milk? I feel like Philly doesn't have to do anything here. They have the point. Literally just stand back and just wait for them to go. Architect switched to the Torb and EQA has the EMP. You remember when I was like, hey, they should just play back and not do anything? This definitely was not the play. This feels like a force. Like, I understand they started moving up, but they... Actually... Yeah, Yeah... It's okay. I don't know, it wasn't as bad as I originally thought. Hopper's grab gets eaten? What did he do? He thought he was hacked, but he threw it too late. The hack came off, and then the Matrix was there. Good eat by Bernard, honestly. Hesitated, yeah, absolutely. Fusion still has both support ultimates, so it's like they're still in a pretty good spot. Like, Spark's comp is so slow, it's hard for them to take any space. Like, I think they win in a fight, but I think Philly just don't need to take a fight. Mana's got to be careful about dying. Like, he doesn't need to go in. I feel like he's going in too early. They're not going to use any ults. I guess maybe they'll just play for the retake. Oh, okay. I didn't really like that. I don't know if the rally's the play. I actually kind of prefer... I would have preferred a Transcendence. I think I would have preferred to see the Transcendence and then you go to point and then rally after the Transcendence. Because the rally's not going to save you from all that damage. I think there's a lot of people now that use performance-enhancing drugs like Adderall. We've talked about it before, but I think there's definitely a lot of people that abuse Adderall in the Overwatch League. But yeah, we've talked about that in previous VOD reviews, so I don't want to go too much in depth. I think it's not just Overwatch League, it's just esports in general. I think Adderall is being abused. But it's hard to mandate, and that's the issue. So I was reading that message. I thought it was funny. I glad you stopped reading it. I was gonna respond and then I'm like, nah, it's not worth it. Mano, if you die again, I swear to fucking God, like... Is that the third time Mano has tried to engage when they come out of that door and he's just died? Like, I legitimately think that's the third time in a row. Like, yeah, he doesn't need to do anything. Just wait for them to go forward. Good grab. Good EMP. Clean by Hotba. And that Hotba's just getting so much energy because of the way the Spark are playing. Like, I don't hate the Wrecking Ball. I just think he needs to bait his team more. Just wait for them to step up and then slam the backline. Make them use your cooldowns. The thing that Mano is doing wrong is they have the bash, they have the flashbang, they literally have everything under the sun to deal with him, and he's just, like, not respecting it. You just need to bait your team more. Wait for them to walk forward. Wait for them to commit. They're literally, like, all Spark is doing is waiting for Mano to int and then going forward, right? Fusion, and like, but like, under the idea of like, oh, well, he needs to do something, otherwise the team's just gonna lose. He's doing nothing and they're winning anyway. So it's like, why doesn't he just do nothing until he does something later? You know what I mean? Like, they're winning 5v6 anyway. May as well just play 6v6 and come in late. I actually remember seeing this happen when I was reviewing this. I don't know what goes wrong here. I don't really like Funny Astro's positioning. I guess he gets pulled. I don't know. It felt weird why he was stuck there so low. So the double hit scan comes out. I think Fusion just got to switch. They'll probably switch their comp again. I wonder if they'll go back to the Hangzhou.
Boosters engaged. The objective is now active.
They're gonna stay the Farah. Okay, that's a choice. I think if you could just went Sombra, they have a good. Do they have a good comp if they go Sombra? I think Sombra would be better than the Farah. Like, Funny Astro is just getting murdered right now on the Mercy. It's not even as much about the Farah, it's just like the Mercy, you just can't stay alive. What do you think changes Philly? Good meta, but also like they finally have all their like Funny Astro back in the lineup, who is I think a big upgrade to Toby. I think having EQO playing on form, I think that's really good. They also have Shockwave as a different option. Like, I just think it's finally coming together, but it is also a good meta for them, I think. So. Of course you hate Toby. I don't hate Toby. I just think Funny Astro is better than Toby. At least I'm like definitely on the Lucio. On other things I'm not 100% sold on, but you know, like it's not only like, oh, it's Toby. It's like Funny Astro has a lot of experience with the rest of the team, right? They had played together all of last season when they were very successful. They played around him. Him and Alarm have great synergy. Like it's not as much about like individual players. It is just like how he fits into the team. That was a good bomb. I actually like that bomb. Force out lamp, force a lot of positioning. I'm surprised the Architect. Oh, wait, I was gonna say I'm surprised Architect switched to the Tor, but Fusion switched to the Tracer Sombra. So I like that they switched to the Tracer Sombra here. Good bash by Funny Astro. Oh, we're moving in speed. Doucheway with the oldest trick in the book. Social Trials, thank you for the fresh sub. Welcome to the fam. Funny Astro is arguably the best main support in the league. I'm a Funny Astro simp as well, so. Like, I think Funny Astro would be... Well, at least last year, he was my choice of the main support I would choose if I was choosing an all-star team. But... I'm also a Moth simp. But if I was going for this year, I might choose Lee Jae Gon. Even Nisha, like, you need to talk about Nisha in that list as well. Douchebag is top 5 on Monkey, but how's he on other heroes? Not as good. Not as good. So they're playing this bunker style, so we obviously saw this from like the Shock and the Atlanta, so I was very surprised to see the East sort of adapt to this Orisa slower style against this dive. We'll see how it works for them, right? This is a good play by the Fusion, letting them out, playing for the EMP. Oh god, Hopper. Unfortunately, because of the way the engage happened, they get the rally off before the EMP. I think it should still be good. Yeah, Shy got a little too extended. I don't think they should go in this room, though. I think they should play to their strengths. Oh, yeah, I do like Masara as well. There's a lot of really good main supports, honestly. I have really liked Masara as a main support this year. His Brig and Mercy have impressed me a lot. Like, a lot. Like, obviously, we know he's good at Lucio, but his Brig and Mercy have been very impressive, so. Friday underrated? I haven't been super impressed with Friday. But with that said, like, I do need to admit it. Like, I don't watch as much East games as as West games, right? So, obviously, I review a lot of East games, but I have to watch every single minute of every single West game in comparison to the East, where I can't watch every single game because of the time zone. So, I don't get to catch it as much, so I might miss some things. But I haven't been as impressed by Friday. Yo, Social Trials! Thank you very much for the 10 gifted subs. Let's get some poggers and some hearts and all that good stuff. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. I appreciate it.
Wobble wobble, motherfucker.
Molten Core? How did Banar end up over here?
Motherfucker.
What are we doing here, Banar?
Taking off.
Wobble wobble, motherfucker.
Oh, he got hacked. I don't know why he's over there to begin with. Like, maybe he thought he would have to touch, but I feel like they're so far out that
Wobble wobble, motherfucker.
I don't think he needed to do that. I think the risk of this happening is just too high. Yeah, like, I don't know if that was 100% necessary. Oh my god, he Carpe dies. How does that happen?
Wobble wobble, motherfucker.
I think he hits the splooge, but how does he get so low? Oh my god, Banar kind of fucks him up.
Wobble wobble, motherfucker.
My ultimate is charged.
Wow, he hit him a lot of times. Wasn't many headshots, but he hit him a lot. Fucking owned.
Wobble wobble, motherfucker.
All right, so we got the transfer alarm. Should be in a pretty good spot. Oh, that could be a good bomb.
Wobble wobble, motherfucker.
How did Spark get the point? If Spark didn't have the point here, this would be an easy teamfight win for Fusion, right? Because they would have to touch the point. But because the flip happened, like, how did this flip happen?
Wobble wobble, motherfucker.
Because this flip happens, oh, the Torbolt forced them off of the point. Moist splooge. Because of the moist splooge. They actually get the cap in the flip, so therefore the overtime doesn't trigger. Yeah, and now Philly's the team that's in the problem of, like, they're the ones who are having to aggress. Like, that's a great EMP from EQI. It's just... they're already in trouble. IDK's used the rally so that we can all agree that the fight is over. Chip, we haven't watched that series between Shanghai and Fusion, but I would not say that Shanghai in its current state is the true power of Shanghai. They just didn't play. They had a bad weekend. I don't think you should overlook into analyze all that kind of stuff. You can't just say, like, because of this game, Fusion is better than Shanghai. Just take it at surface value. Shanghai didn't play well. Are they going to play better in the future? Is Fusion going to keep playing well? Like, that's what you should be looking at. Don't look at, like, is one team better than the other? Look at the results of what happened between the teams, and then watch the game and be like, Fusion's playing well, they look good in this meta, they could do well. Shanghai, we know they're good in this meta, but they had a bad weekend. Do you expect them to stay bad, or do you expect them to improve, right? Like, I think that you can... I don't think there is like a, this team is better than this because of this weekend, because this weekend was a clusterfuck. So just as bad, yeah, and Justice are bad, not because of their losses, but because of the way they lost. Justice look lost. They are bad because if you watch their match, they don't know what they're doing. And if they don't know what they're doing, then you don't know what they're doing. And if you don't know what they're doing, then they're probably, like, something is going tragically wrong. And that's why you can make that distinction of Justice is bad right now in this meta and where they're playing. While Shanghai, we actually reviewed the Shanghai game yesterday, and we came to the conclusion, Shanghai didn't play, I think, as a team awfully, or I don't think they had a bad read on the meta. I just think they made a ton of mistakes that we never see from the Shanghai Dragons. Fate had a really mediocre game, just unable to get anything done. Izayaki had a tragic game. Like, Izayaki, everything went wrong for Izayaki. Fat fingers, poor ultimate usage, getting picked, being in the wrong positioning and all that kind of stuff. And then New York played well, right? Can New York keep that momentum up, and can they always play at that level? I don't know. But can Shanghai play better than that? Absolutely, right? And that's what you need to take away from these games. It's not always as cut as dry as this team beat this team is better than that team, right? You need to use, like, you need to analyze and look at it at a deeper level.
Time to raise my ATM.
All right, so we got the Pharah from EQO again. This is a much better map for the Pharah. Spark actually came out with the dive as well. I actually think this is the right call. I think the Pharah is way too good on this map, and there's too many walls that double hit scan just won't work. You're too exposed. So I like what the Spark came out with. I don't know which comp has the edge in this one. I think it's going to be really hard to enable MCD on this map. I think the Pharah is going to fly for free.
Time to raise my
I don't know what's going to happen with Genji. I don't think so. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I want to see the sleep. That wasn't crazy. You know, sometimes they can be crazy. That one wasn't. That was just a cut and dry. Oh, that's a filthy nade. Holy shit. Oh, Alarm. Alarm Anna. Alarm just in general does things to me, you know? He makes me feel a certain way. Why no Rascal and Pharah? I think EQO is just in really good form right now. That I like EQO playing.
Pass into the ass.
Hi Custa, my boyfriend broke up with me today, but your stream is helping a lot. Thanks, and please continue what you're doing. Hey,
there's always someone else out there. There's always more fish in the sea. I'm sorry to hear that, but I hope I can cheer you up even a little bit. Thank you very much for $3. Let's get some reviewing. We'll take our mind off of it, okay? You know who will never leave you? Jimmy, okay? Jimmy will always be with you, and remember that.
I could use some healing.
Let's get some Custa hearts for Comrade Cashew. They needed all three to kill Alarm. They needed everybody. What happens to EQO here? I'm actually curious. I think EQO probably dies because Funny Astro goes to help Alarm. Yeah. EQO needs to peel back, right? When he sees the dive happening, EQO he either needs to go really aggressive and get in their face with Funny Astro, or they need to peel back together. The issue that happens is EQO gets caught aggressive while Funny Astro goes back for the Ana, right? So all of a sudden, he gets isolated. Funny Astro can't help both, and that's just coordination. The combo in this setup is actually, the Ana is actually a part of the Pharah Mercy combo, and the Mercy, they need to play somewhat near the Ana unless it's explicitly set that they're going to go aggressive, right?
Wobble wobble, motherfucker.
Reed, thank you very much for the fresh sub. Welcome to the fam. Was it the Gladiators who tried to play Pharah on this point and everyone said it was a throw? Yeah, but that was also a different meta. But if you talk to anyone who sort of knows what's going on, like the Pharah wasn't a throw when Gladiators play it. It was a risk and it didn't work. Anyone who says it was a throw is just like, oh my god, they didn't play the meta, and then they lost, it was a throw. Well, if Gladiators won it, everyone would have been like, they're geniuses, right? And that is exactly what happened with the Paris Eternal, right? Paris Eternal did the exact same thing the Gladiators did, where they played Pharah on this round in map 5 to win it all, and everyone called them geniuses, right? Because it worked. And then the Gladiators do the exact same thing, it doesn't work, and everyone says that they threw, right? It's just the Reddit take Andes, you know? Like, if it works, if they win, oh my god, they were so smart. If they lose, oh my god, they're the worst players in the world, they're so stupid. You can't win, right? And like, the players have been echoing this sentiment as well. Who was it who said it? Mirror made a tweet about it recently, where he's like, when we win, everyone's like, everyone's calling Mirror the best player in the world, and everyone's saying he's incredible and he's the best. As soon as you lose, you're the shittest player in the world, you shouldn't play and that kind of stuff. People are just unreasonable. Same with the Boston Genji. I always hate the boss. I always hate the Boston Genji, even when it worked. I was like, I didn't think it would work, but here it is. I guess it works, and then it didn't work, and I'm like, see? Oh. Let's give MCD a bit of love. I think that was a bit of ping there, but hey, you take those. That means it hit on his screen. Nice play. They nano the Diva as well to punish the EQO Pharah. I actually really like that play. Hotba grab didn't do well. I don't know if I like the Xayah here, right? I think the biggest issue with the Xayah is I like the Xayah if they're going to be playing against Hitscan. I think it's going to be really hard for Hotba to get energy in this composition. Like, who is going to give you energy on the Sparks team, right? No one's gonna give you enough energy because everyone's playing like a hit scan where like with like ticking damage, that's gonna be really hard for you to like really like get energy, right? So he's at, well, I guess if it gets EMP, then he's gonna get 40 energy. Well, this was an awful example, but you see what I mean. Alright, so EQO is gonna mirror the Sombra. Is Hotba gonna go Diva? I assume Hotba's gonna switch to the Diva as well, probably. Hotba's gonna switch to the Diva, probably. Hotba is gonna switch to the Diva. Okay. See what he does here. How exactly are metas figured out? Like, do they start with one strong character and they try and build with it? People have played this game enough that they can generally make theoretical ideas and then you scrim it, right? And you practice it and you see what works against other AL teams and that kind of stuff in practice behind closed doors, and then you come out with whatever you think is best, right? And that's why it's not always a meta, right? Like, sometimes people get it wrong. Sometimes people get it right. Or Mana gets isolated. I think he probably got hacked there. Yeah, no, like, I think Xayah can work, right? And we've seen teams make Xayah work. I just don't think this is one of those points, especially against the comp that Spark is playing. If there's a Pharah, I actually, like, or if there's, like, things where you can get energy, but, like, as I said, what is Hotba offering here as the Xayah that, like, Diva is, the reason Diva is generally played is because Diva always gets value, right, in some capacity. Diva is almost, very rarely, not very useful as a hero, while Xayah can have moments like these where you just struggle to get effectiveness. Diva. Oh, I think he wants that bubble back. Yeah, I just really don't like this. Did he think punching a mine would kill it? Didn't have bubble? I don't think he thought he had bubble either. The fact that he meleeed it made him... I think he thinks that the melee would kill it. Which, in his defense, I agree. I didn't know if a melee would kill a mine either. At least we learned. Hopper is testing for us, right? Yeah. Someone said as well, Funny Astro says that the team believes. Yeah, and... Hotba worked it out. Yeah, Hotba shaking his camera. I agree, Hotba. I think the Xayah, like, definitely playing towards your comfort. The Xayah can definitely work. You need to recognize when it's not going to work, and I think that was one of those situations. Like, coming out on the Xayah, I can understand that you want to play the Xayah with the Pharah, but then, like, the comp comes out against you. I think he really, after he used that grab and jumped off the map, he should have switched to the Diva. And I'm sure if you asked him again at this point, would you switch to the Diva, he'd probably say yes. But... that's what Xayah would do. He was role-playing. Ah, yeah, RP. He was in an RP server. Good role-playing there, Hotba. Alright, so we're going to see the same comp from the Fusion. The Spark are going to come out on double bubble. Okay, they're going to go the wrist. How did EQO got put in the ground? Oh, that was a... I don't know if that was a set play or not. That looks like they knew EQO was going to do this. I don't know why they knew EQO was going to do this. But this looks like they're so far away. The fact that the Ana comes out of the door, the close door, while everyone else goes out the far door, that was either incredibly lucky and fortunate with the way the setup happened, or they knew that was going to come. Voice line? But why would MCD be over here is my question. Why is MCD over here in comparison to him? Like, they were always going to see him, but I think what happened is when EQA saw them call out of here, he's like, I can get like 5% if I just like pick at them and then recall, right? But the Ana's out the different door. I don't know. It's interesting. Scouting, you can't scout that. I assume EQA approach using invis. I don't know if I like the comp by Spark to counter what the Fusion are playing. I think the Fusion's comp is better. Like, if they're gonna do this, I think they need to play the Torb as well and play it slow. Because I don't think they have enough damage to punish the fusion. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about these comps. Okay, actually, Architect 1 Hangzhou, I actually like it. So now what this is gonna do, because they have the Hangzhou and the McCree, the fusion have to engage, right? The fusion are going to have to do something with their Sombra and their Wrecking Ball because there's just too much damage. Someone's gonna die eventually, right? So Spark need to approach safely and put themselves in a position where they can start contesting the point. Is Orisa necessary to counter the comps? It's the best character to play slow against the Wrecking Ball. I guess some people have been playing with Ryan. I don't know how Mono gets back. How does Mono get all the way there without getting bashed? Alright, so they're just playing slow. They don't need to rush anything. They have the damage. Alright, so here's what I'm saying, right? They've got themselves in position. They forced the Sombra recall, I believe. And they just need to get some cap percentage. And they're kind of hoping that Hangzhou's going to get a good shot. I definitely want to see them get some different angles here. Oh, okay, they get Mono trying to be sneaky. Architect gets alarm, right? And this is sort of what I was saying, right? With the McCree and the Hangzhou's going to kill you eventually. You're going to get a pick eventually. So how is Philly gonna switch their comp? There's potential that once we get to like this point, the Spark comp struggles because they can't control space. Like they can't put themselves in a defensible position. So they Architect actually goes to the Torb. Architect's like, hey guys, did you see me frag out on Hangzhou? That was sick, right? Okay, I'm going Torb. This is like Bren in the talent takedown. Bren's absolutely pounding, and then he's like, you know what I'm gonna do? Let's go Torb. Yeah, let's. Bren's actually pounding on McCree, and then he decides to switch to Torb in the final hours. It makes sense why he's going to Torb, but I feel like if the Hangzhou was working, just fucking run with it. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Because I don't think the Torb is that good because they're playing the Hangzhou. I think because they're playing the Hangzhou Zen, I feel like the turret's going to struggle to get effectiveness. But let's see how Architect plays it. Kabe gets shy. Yeah, I think this comp by the Spark might struggle here because I don't know if they're going to be able to control positioning. Like, they're not going to be able to get to a good spot. They're not going to be able to dislodge fusion with the Hangzhou and the Zen from the high ground. And then Mano and EQO can just wait for them to walk outdoors and slam/EMP, right? So, I think it's going to be really hard with the comp that Spark are playing. I'd almost rather see them switch to the full dive, the Tracer Sombra Wrecking Ball dive. That's just great setup by Philly, right? That's great coordination. Wait for them to step up. As soon as they do, we EMP slam. Good play by Mano and EQ. Oh, what? Did he get tagged by the Hangzhou and the Torb at the same time? Wow, that's unlucky by EQO. Hotba with the insurance card. Nice play. And that is what is nice about the grab and the dragon is like the Xayah, if you get energy, like I actually really, like Xayah is really good against the Spark comp. As much as it feels like D.Va should be better, right? Against this composition, I actually like the Xayah because the D.Va just like eats some of the damage, but the D.Va can't really do anything, right? Because there's just so much damage. If the D.Va tries to go anywhere, she just takes a million damage, right? Especially if they're playing the Brig Zen. they won't have the healing to keep them up. So the Xayah essentially will get a ton of charge because Torb and McCree are just going to be spamming, the Orisa is going to be spamming, you'll be able to get a lot of energy. The opposite of what I said in the last map. So the Xayah is going to be able to get energy, and Hotba can just like lob right clicks at them, and he's like a frontwards, he's kind of like the front line, right? He's the frontline tank. The team switches English. Speaks English, I believe. I think they might have spoken Korean when there were 6 Korean players, but they've all, I think Philly has historically always spoken English. I love these engages by Philly. I love that decision to run as well. That was really good presence of mind for you to understand. Like, so like, look at this, right? So Spark gets into the room, they commit, right? Philly uses rally, they slam, but they use their window and their rally. And they're about to use a bomb. That's great presence of mind by the Fusion to realize that they just don't win that fight. You literally just sack mono. It's like, we're not going to win this. Run away and then try and consolidate on the cart. Like, give them, don't go in the room if you don't have to. Like, there's no reason for them to force that fight. By stepping outside, all of a sudden Spark have to step into their zone. Yo, what's up, Insulin Chat? Oh, nice EMP by EQO again. Yeah, like, Spark just can't walk out of these doors right now. Every time they try and go anywhere, they're just getting slammed EMP'd. The more I watch of this Philly comp, the more I like it. Against this Orisa style. Yeah, EQO's Sombra feels really good right now. I've been a fan. Yeah, I was not expecting EQO to play at all. I think in 2020, he just didn't play. And the fact that he never played just made me think that he wasn't good. Or something had happened or that kind of stuff. I don't know, maybe there was something happening behind the closed doors of why he wasn't playing that we don't understand. But he's been fucking this season. Ever since he came back into this lineup, the Carpe EQO duo, it's good to see it again.
60 seconds remaining.
Yeah, he came in to play the Genji. Literally, EQO came in, played the Genji, absolutely pounded for the summer. It was the summer showdown last year, right? Absolutely pounded, and then just went back to the bench. It was just never to be seen again. It was very odd, but Ivy was good for them last year, so. Smart not to try and commit too much there. Gushui's won. Dude, another Hotba grab that's just gonna win a fight. Hotba is just 100 energy, just murdering them. Oh, Bernard's in trouble. Map 7 Rialto, yeah. Like, I honestly think that Genji play from EQO is like top 3 plays of all time in the Overwatch League. Like, individual plays in the Overwatch League. Like, it wasn't just the blade, it's the fact that the blade was so clean and then he like insta-gibbed 2 people with right clicks. It was insane. So score, it's currently 1-0 to the Hangzhou Spark. If you watch Guchui, I don't really want to watch Orisa. You can get a sense for what he's doing. Guchui's not playing badly. The biggest issue that the Spark are having is that Gushui has to be the front line, but no one wants to follow Gushui because every time they walk out that door, they're getting punished. I think they need to stop trying to come out this door. They need to try and get high ground. They're just enabling Fusion to do whatever they want. So Gushui's walking out and then he's just getting isolated.
Pass into the iris.
So that was kind of brutal.
Ready for
Alright.
Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Let's watch some Carpe Hangzhou. What's the man doing? How funny Astro's playing again? Yeah, Sam. I'm a big funny Astro fan. You watch some IDK? Sure. Yeah, okay. Not what I expected to see the first time.
I've got you covered.
IDK's killing it.
Don't be sudden.
Oh, nice bash. Oh! Little greedy after the bash. Oh, nice play. I don't. IDK redemption arc. Here we go. I was just one off IDK, right? Here we go. I want to know how often Mano dies this match. In Mano's defense, I agree that the ones that happened on like Sanctum, like he was going too aggressive. In Mano's defense, his job is to int and die. Kind of against some of these comps. Like that is his job. Like his job is to go in and just be distraction. He definitely needs to choose his timing a little bit better at points, but for the most part, that is his job as the main tank against this.
My ultimate is charging. My ultimate is behind me.
Like, and that I think that fight was a prime example, right? Like you saw how Mano went in, he got really low and then got bashed and all that kind of stuff. His job is to bait them to try and kill him, and that's when you open it up, right? That's why IDK died, is because he baited them to attack him. Like there's another one, right? Like Mano goes in, slams. That gives Carpe an alarm the off angle. Because they all turn on Mano because he like seems like he's inting, that allows Carpe and Alarm to open themselves up and then take shots, right? Like Mano's not the one trying to get the kills, he's trying to give everyone else space. That was a pretty weak whip shot. Alright. Do you plan on watching any Soul today? No, not today. That's definitely going to be on the list tomorrow. If this ends quickly, I might do Shanghai versus Philly real quick. We'll see. How strong Mika was last year? Why do you think we're seeing so much IDK? I have no idea. I can't tell you like what's happening with like the Spark in terms of their like substitutions with their support roster. I don't know. Would you say IDK? Ban him? He's a mod, I can't. He does too much for me. I need him. He knows he has plot armor. They're doing a good job of isolating Carpe right now. Don't EMP. I feel like Shy's about to EMP.
Iniciando el hackeo. Ahorita regreso.
Alright, let's. What do we got, Shy? Show me the big EMP. That's a problem. That was a gamble, and I love it by Hotba. That's not even Shy's fault. Like, literally, you can't even fault Shy for that. I think he did his job. Like, that was a great job. He obviously got a thing, but he knew he needed to EMP. So that's not even on Shy. That's just a great heads-up play by Hotba. Wasn't a gamble. It's definitely a gamble throwing a Gravita Sombra because she could have easily translocated, right? So let me put it this way, right? If Shy decided to pull out of this EMP, the reason this is a gamble for Hotba, right? He just tried to solo EMP a Sombra. If Shy in this moment got detected, saw the Xayah look at him, and recalled to be like, I don't need to use the EMP here, Hotba would have grabbed nothing, right? So it was a gamble. It was 100% a gamble from Hotba to throw it at the Sombra, but one that if it pays off like you see now, it's going to force the EMP, and it's probably going to win them the round. Wow, nice dragon. IDK is so isolated. Someone's going to push the cart, force cart pressure. Oh my. Funny Astro pops rally and he's like, yo, Alarm's good, right? Yeah, Alarm, you're good. He gets a little bit low. Did Funny Astro not have a pack? Oh, he didn't have a pack. I was like, why didn't he pack him when he turned? Damn. Oh.
Victory.
In their defense, they didn't really have anyone to touch. Gushway's dead, Bernal lost mech, Architect just recalled, the Brig was trying to get their own mines. That wasn't really a bad C9. The mines were good. Everyone else who could have gotten there was there. Not too bad.
Ready for battle.
Alright, Route 66. See what we got here. That's true, Petri, that's true. Do you think Philly's going to be able to continue running Xayah? Doesn't seem like their other players are playing her much. My fear for this Fusion team is I think they lose to Pharah. Like, quite badly. I think the counter to what Fusion are trying to play is Pharah. Force Hopper onto the Diva. But maybe then, like, Hopper just goes Diva and Carpe goes Tracer and they can make it work. But I don't know. When you lean heavily into one character that it can be exploited, like even just like the Tracer Sombra, right? We talked about the Tracer Sombra being a good counter to this like Hangzhou Xayah because the Xayah doesn't get any energy. Could force them away. Like, I don't know. It's gonna be hard to know. Obviously, they beat Shanghai and they beat Spark. I think the only other team in the East that could potentially beat them playing this would be because I think Fusion matches up pretty well against Seoul. Because Seoul plays a lot of like the hit scan Orisa. Maybe Chengdu's the only team that can match up against them. Maybe NYXL, but NYXL plays quite slow as well, so we'll see. Time will tell, right? Like obviously it's opening weekend, the meta's still sort of working itself out. Honestly, I don't envy having to try play against Carpe EQR. Yeah, I did it. It fucking sucks. Carpe EQR are fucking terrifying. Because here's the thing. The thing that I respect the most, the reason Carpe EQO is so scary, and I remember this from when we played against them in the 2018, when we were going to the playoffs. EQO literally will jump on a sword if he needs to. Like, EQO plays so aggressive, understanding that that might be his job, and that gives Carpe so much space. And I feel like Carpe plays so well when he is paired with EQO, because EQO is willing to put himself first, and that gives Carpe space. And that is what I think makes this, like, push-pull so good, is that EQO works very well with the way that Carpe wants to play the game as well. Alright, so we got Spark playing the Sombra Tracer comp that I liked. Like, I like this Sombra Tracer comp against the Philadelphia Fusions comp. Oh, MCD gets Carpe. How did that happen? Team did you play for? LA Valiant mainly. But I also played for Dallasville. Ooh, nice. MCD is underrated. I think MCD is very solid. I don't think MCD, like, he's not your alarms or your fucking violets or anything like that, but I think MCD is just a very solid player. Do you ever consider being a coach? I think I would enjoy coaching, but it's just, there's no money in it. It's not worth the amount of hours you have to put in. Like, I'd want to be head coach, and head coaches have no job security, very little wage, and it's just a very thankless job for how many hours you have to put in. I respect coaches a lot because I'm not willing to do it. I feel he does a great job of, like, punishing the Spark on that dive.
See through the dragon's eyes.
I've also said the same thing. It's just because it's the way it is. You really gotta want to be a coach and develop players. I think I would really enjoy being a coach, but I can't justify doing it when I could also just go into talent. So it's a lot more of a fun job. The pay's better. Hours are probably easier. Way easier, actually. Like... Good re-engage by the Hangzhou Spark. When did Shai use the EMP? Sorry, I want to have a look at this. Just coming into the fight. Sorry, I was thinking about the coaching stuff. I wasn't paying attention. It's a good EMP, actually. That's a great EMP. Funny Astra is at 99% of that rally, dude. That hurts. Copy hits MCD. That mine's a problem, just splits cart base. This thing. Those are great mines by Gushue. How much money are coaches paid? There is no like minimum for coaches and stuff like that because they're not under like player contracts and that kind of stuff by the league. So it is very variable depending on what team you play for and stuff like that.
Time to raise my APM. Allah teammate.
60 seconds remaining.
Gushue gets caught playing aggressive. The rally by Funny. I think Fusion just have so many ults for this that it's just got to be very hard. EMP's not great. If they get the punish on the Architect, okay, good Transcendence by... Oh, wow, that's actually good coordination. Grabs a little bit earlier than I would like, but at least catches MCD to get him isolated. Alright, good play by... Honestly, Hotba's grabs. Has he had a bad grab? I guess he had that one eaten, but his grabs have been really good. It's just like very good understanding of win conditions, right? He knows he needs to play aggressive with them. Puts himself at the front. Take he played support, yeah. Krusty out here working for free. Well, like, remember with coaches, right? They're like, if you would get, I think Krusty probably has a very high salary, right? But I would say there's probably only a few head coaches that get paid very well, right? Other than that, like, and that's only head coaches, right? You got to think of like assistant coaches and stuff like that. He's probably one of the few that's making good money, but he also had to win a championship to get that kind of money, so. Russ, Krusty, maybe Moon, yeah. Those are probably the ones that I would say are on the highest contracts. Packing 10, I would say, when he was on the Valiant. Like, back before. When he was, like, doing very, very well. Philly, yeah, I think Philly probably plays a lot.
Hello.
KDG, yeah, maybe KDG. There's a couple of plays, right? Like, there's a couple plays. Oh, wow, that's just a great EMP by Shy. Catches alarm, that's all he needs to do, right? Everyone else can follow that up. Bing, bang, bong. Bing, bang, boom, bong. And that's the problem with Fusion, right? Is I feel like they lose to every EMP when they have to, like, start walking forward with the Zen Brig. The Tracer Sombra is just very good in this head-to-head. I feel like Philly isn't winning because their comp is better. I just think they're winning because they're the better team.
Hello. We cannot stop now. Move the payload.
Bish bash bosh.
See through
Bish bash bong. That
eyes.
would have been sick if he hit that shot. DP, yeah, DP probably gets a pretty good contract. Like, like, pretty much, the best way to think about it is, like, if the team has put in a lot of money in their players, they'd probably put money into their head coach, right? That's a pretty good comparison to make. Or the coach has, like, a ton of experience or reputation. Like, I don't even know who the Vancouver Titans head coach is. Like, so he probably doesn't have a big contract.
See through the dragon's eyes. Need healing.
Why is Spark giving all this space right now? Like, what is happening here? Let me look at this. One second, let me read this. Could you break down more of the Brig play? Like, their job and how they impact in top 500 games and up. I find that I swap to Brig and get rolled by Tracy/Diva. I feel like my position could be better. Should I stay with the other support? I mainly play Bat, Mercy, Zen. Yeah, if you're playing the Brig, your job is almost certainly to protect your other support. I would recommend mainly playing Brig against, like, heroes that you're going to be able to get Inspire uptime, like Wrecking Ball, Tracer, Sombra, Diva, things that you can get whip shot. But I would say the biggest thing is don't try and do too much as Brig. I feel like this is the biggest thing I had when I was trying to pick up Brig is your job isn't to get kills, bash the front line, do all these things. Your job is to protect everyone around you. Literally protect your other support, get good packs onto the people who are low, and then keep Inspire uptime. Those are your three biggest jobs. Just do those three things and you'll win games. Yeah, you are legitimately just a bodyguard. And yeah, and press Q to win. So Gushue gets absolutely murdered. And then, so Philly has the cart after this happens. I think this disengage, I don't really like this disengage by Spark. I feel like they put themselves in a bad spot. Thank you, nice. I'll back it up. Yeah, like, I think Spark kind of cornered themselves here. Oh, Mono dies to the bomb. They have Transcendence still, so as long as Funny Astro doesn't... Yeah, just keep the card. I think Fusion had the right idea. Just keep the card. They have the EMP. As soon as they come in to engage, you have the EMP. Oh, no! Carpe! EMP hits the front line. That is a great EMP by EQO. Actually murdered their front line. Like, Carpe dying was kind of like a bait to the opposition. They're like, we got Carpe, now go. And then EQO just like EMP'd them. Sometimes I feel Sato is better than Mano. I think the biggest strength of Mano is that he's consistent. There are not many games in which I've watched where I'm like, Mano had a bad game. I can definitely say that about some Sato games. The consistency of Mano to play at a high level is the most impressive thing and why he is considered such a good main tank. Let's see the Shy. EMP. Sorry. Yeah, I was leaning. Pretty good EMP. Isolates the front line. I don't think the rest of the team was there to follow that up. You know what I mean? Like, let's look at this back. I feel like he dies a lot on ball, but I think he's doing his job a lot of the time, right? Like, I would prefer that. I tell you, when we watch Washington Justice, which game from Washington are we watching? Are we watching the first game they played? Washington versus Houston, I'm gonna tear Mag apart. I'm just precursoring that game. You want to know something that I found out for that match? How many times do you think in a 3-0 loss, how many times do you think he died in that series? In a 3-0 loss. A lot? 16, 12, all that kind of stuff. I remember doing the numbers. I was talking to Matt. It was like 7 or 8. In a 3-0 loss where they got rolled, he died 7 or 8 times. We're going to keep track of it when we go. He just didn't do anything. He refused to go. And I would prefer Mono, someone who's willing to go in, give his team space, and do the job that he needs to do and die doing it, than do nothing and just... As a main tank on Wrecking Ball in a 3-0 loss where they got brutalized, the main tank should be dying more. Yeah, Johnny might have talked about it on Plat Chat. I was molding while the game... Me and Johnny were molding watching that gameplay. Like, it was really bad.
60 seconds remaining.
Alright. That was Rally EMP from the Spark. So let's get back into this. So they got the Grab Dragon, so let's see how Hotba uses this. Oop.
I am moving to payload. Falling with you.
We're gonna look at the the Washington 03. Oh! Banar has been pretty good. I will say that. I wasn't sold on the Banar pickup. But actually, I don't think Banar's like incredible, but I think he's been solid for the Spark. I definitely don't think he's like some of the issues at times. Nice catch. That was a nice eat. It didn't look like Hopper was gonna use it. Banar was good in London, yeah.
Into the iris.
10 seconds remaining.
Beat his thinger. I think the best thing is start like you gotta start finding like competitive teams. Find a tier 3 team or like below. Join a trials team. Try and do well in a trials team. Just make your way up. Get your name known. Try and get into contenders. Once you get to contenders, try and make your way through contenders, and then you go to Al. Like that's the path to pro for the most part. Yeah, I think trials is the best place to start. Hopper Pov here. Does Hopper go sicko mode? Let's see. Yeah, Bernard was on the good Fusion Uni team. Oh, nice dodge. The EMP was not good by EQO. What happened there? Dude. They're in like a perfect circle around EQO. Legitimately. Like, EQO is in the dead center of this circle. To the point that he hits only the Ana. Oh, I guess he hits the Diva as well. But he hits only the Diva and the Ana. That's kind of funny. Let's get back to Hopper, because I think Hopper be doing a lot of fucking... Oh, nice bubble into the Diva pulse bomb. He has another grab. Woo! That's the Hopper dip, baby.
Got it.
I think the narrative of Hopper being bad came from the idea. It's kind of like the San Francisco Shock narrative, you know what I mean? Where it's like, they brought in Hopper. Who did they bring in? Last year? It was like they brought in Hopper and... They brought in like a couple of people. Hotba, Bianca. No, Bianca came after Hotba, right? But like, it was the kind of thing where it's like, well, Hotba came in and then NYXL started doing really bad, so therefore Hotba is bad. It's like the idea of like, just pick on the new kid in a way, right? Like, they just blamed everyone when really there was a ton of problems with NYXL that weren't like with the current pre-existing roster, the coaching, everything and that kind of stuff. Hotba would just became like the scapegoat for a lot of people of like Hotba is a problem. I'm not saying Hotba played flawlessly, but I think NYXL as a whole was dysfunctional. And Hotba was, you know, Hotba couldn't pull them out of the dumps, so therefore he got considered bad. Alright, Smalley, thank you for the Prime Gaming sub. Oh. That's a clean dive by the Philly Fusion. Alright, so once again, I want to see what Hotba does on this Zarya because I think this is just so hard to play Zarya in. He's literally just swinging around a wet pool noodle at people. And he has to save his bubble for when the dive comes, right? Like, that's all he has to do. That's his job. Oh, he used that too early. That was a bad time to use that bubble. Yeah, he needed that for alarm. I didn't say okay. I didn't say Mag was bad. I said he had a bad series. I think Mag, you know, you can't discredit everything that Mag did before the league. Mag is a great player. He has had a bad season. He has had a very bad rookie season. Something, I don't know if it's coaching, his synergy with the rest of the team, what is going wrong. He is not playing well. But I think he is fundamentally a good player. This Zarya feels so bad. Like, what is Spark doing this whole time? Like, I'm watching Hotba have negative value. And, but nothing's happening. It's been 2 minutes. Alright, we got a solo EMP onto the Zen. Honestly, I don't hate it. Oh. What is the point of rallying if your Zen got solo EMP'd and you're far enough away that the Zen is already dead? Who is IDK giving armor to when you rally? Like, he's literally giving it to him and the Diva. Like, when you're playing a Tracer's Sombra Bowl, like, you're not helping anyone with this rally for the most part. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought Alarm was on the high ground and he dropped. Okay, that makes sense. Funny Astro has 99% of rally. Oh, another great Hotba grab. It's like, it's his timings of the grab that I think makes Hotba grab so good. Every single time he does it, I'm like, wow, that's a really bad time for Spark to get grabbed. You know what I mean? Like, I would have bombed if I was Bernard. Was he hacked? I'm surprised Bernard doesn't use the bomb here. I think they're still in a pretty good spot for this. I don't know why he didn't use that bomb. I don't think that was an awful time to bomb. Maybe it would be bad. Everyone is dead. Well, you have a Sombra, you have a Wrecking Ball, and you have your Zen coming back. You might be right. I think you guys might be right. I think it might have been bad. In the heat of the moment, I definitely would have used the bomb. But I think definitely after introspection, you guys might be right. Alright, so they have the Diva Bomb and the Mines. How do you engage this? I think you engage with the Mines, throw the Diva Bomb after it. MCD plays aggressive with the Transcendence. I don't know what he thought it was going to happen. I guess Architect got the kill on EQO. He just needed to disengage back onto the Mega, right? Here's a hack Mega. Oh, Architect also feeds. I just feel like Spark have no idea how to effectively dive this point. And I don't know what the weakness is, but it feels like they just haven't done anything this whole time. Is Hotba still whacking them with a pool noodle? Yeah. Hotba's still whacking them with a pool noodle. So they used the Diva Bomb and the Mines and got negative value. Yeah, this is a really bad attack by the Hangzhou Spark. Architect's like, guys. EMP on the solo on the ball. I don't love it, but it works. Alright. Not bad. I think that was more Spark. I'm not sold that this is... So far this series, I think Philly is playing well with their comp, but Spark, I just don't think understand how they want to deal with this. It does feel like Spark is dropping the spaghetti. Alright, let's go. Shockwave, baby.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Yeah, I heard there was a crazy bug, right, where they were playing the Anubis. Woo! It's a pretty easy shot, but I like it. Sound never stopped, yeah. That's probably a production thing and not a game thing. 100% Widow accuracy for the season. Yeah, Shockwave's not allowed to play Widowmaker anymore. Feels bad, man. Does the Widow Mine cancel hack? I haven't played Sombra in a hot minute. Yeah, alright, interesting. That's really fucking annoying. As a Sombra. Shy comes back on the Widow. That's alpha. Oh, nice hack on a Tracer. Any damage? Yeah, I wasn't sure if the dot damage would count. Ooh. What is... Should I just be fucking on the Widow? Bro, Shy's so good at Widow. I think Shy is better than Ants. That's my hot take. I think Shy is better than Ants. Well, yeah, right. No. Like, not right now. I think Shy is better than Ant. Like, I think Shy could potentially be like a... Even Arn's last year. I think Shy might be better. Even when Arn's is on peak form. Obviously, a lot less sample size, and it is a hot take. You know, take it with a grain of salt, but... Shy, every time I watch this guy play Widow, it just turns me on. I think the thing that I like most about Shy's Widow is he just doesn't miss the easy shots. He literally hits every shot he's supposed to hit. Except for that one. That's some Papega take. Did someone in my chat just say my takes are Papega? Come on, guys. Fucking. That's what you get. I've seen some shit. I've seen some shit in my chat right now. Get him out? Nah, it's fine. It's all good fun. It's all good fun. It's all good fun. As I said, it's not, if you say a hot take and someone doesn't get upset at you, it's not a hot take. That's a lukewarm take. You know? If people don't agree with you, disagree with you, then it's not a hot take. Okay? That's the thing. That's how you do a hot take, chat. Johnny's hot take was better. Wait, what was Johnny's hot take? What the fuck just happened? Well, that's one way to deal with it. When did EQO start playing Genji? I've just been watching Shy and talking about Shy. Has he been Genji the whole time? No, he was Sombra. No, Shockwave was Sombra. Has he been Genji the whole time? I'm sorry, I've been distracted. Well, don't like that. I know why this doesn't play Tracer. I understand like the idea of the nanoblade at the back. Also, Spark's comp like can die to a nanoblade quite poorly. Like it can get overrun by a nanoblade. But it explains why it feels like Fusion took so long to cap this. Like the Genji's just in the neutral. Genji is good against the Widow as well. Oh, he really needed to hit that left click. That was a bad miss on the left click. Yeah, Widow, I don't like the Widow here at all. I think the Widow is so feast or famine. Like, I think Shy gets a bunch of kills and he makes it work. He also just doesn't die. I don't know how Shy lives for so long as the Widow. The Genji Sombra is so little damage, Codemaster, and that's why you don't generally see Genji Sombra, because they have great ultimates, right? Like Sombra and Genji have like two great ultimates, but they like, how does Fusion win in the neutral, right? They even have grab. It's literally like they're just holding their grabs for a rainy day, and it's probably why it takes them like 2.5 minutes to cap this first point. Their neutral is atrocious. Like Hotba, let's look at Hotba's energy right now. They have a Sombra, a Genji, and a Zarya with 0 energy, right? Like, of course they're not killing anything. Of course the Widow's not dying. Did Alarm use Nano? Yeah, I think they used it on the Winston earlier, and that's fine. Yeah, you show him, Hotba. 11 damage, 11 damage, 11 damage, 11 damage. Yeah, fuck you, Gushway. Take this damage. Big damage. Yeah. Oh, now he's powerful. Like, against the Widow, he should definitely be playing Diva. Like, there's no like, I actually hate this Fusion comp. I really hate it, like, a lot. It's so bad. If for whatever reason they drop the spaghetti all over the ground with the ultimates, like, maybe they just think like Anubis, all you need is big ultimates to close out the fight. You don't need a good neutral. Maybe that's the reason, but... Alright, who's going to use the big ultimate first? We have 3 big ultimates. They don't want to use them all at the same time. Shy kills Alarm again, because Shy is better than Arns, obviously. Which I think we can all agree. Sweet, moving on. Oh, it's the Blade. Blade comes first. Doesn't get nanoed. Alright, Mono gets the Widow as well. They are both on second point. Hotba dies with the grab. Mono dies to the bomb. Oh boy. Excuse me? Well, that was cool. Alright, so there goes the blade. Don't worry, they have EMP and grab. At first you try it. This is why they have a bag of tricks, right? They have the grab, they have the blade, they have the EMP. Only need one to work. This looks like my plat gameplay. It's not even plat, it's just their comp is just so bad. I really hate their comp. They're just really hoping that one of their big ultimates work for them. Spark don't have any ults though, so like, honestly, if they hit a good grab, I think they should probably just grab, kill the person in the grab, and if they decide to commit, then just use the EMP. I think you use everything at this point. Yeah, that wasn't very good by Shockwave. What's the point? What's the reason? Nice map. Didn't even kill Gooshway. It's because he's in a really good spot. Did he throw his translocator? Yeah, that ain't it. That definitely wasn't great. Because the Breed can also pack him, right? Alright. Let's go, Hotba. Your turn to carry. Oh my god, he's so lucky his bubble was still up. What is happening? They're like, don't worry, our neutral sucks, but we have all these big ultimates. And they just throw every ultimate on the floor. Alright, Hotba, legitimately, it's all up to you. Oh, Gooshway fed. Gooshway, all you had to do was not feed. And then EQO finally gets the kill on the Shy. They got the rally. You know what's gonna happen, right? I can see it with my brain. Fusion are gonna drop their spaghetti all over the floor, but they're gonna drop it so hard and so poorly, and they threw away their ult so early that they're gonna get this point and they're gonna have all their ultimates back up again, and they're just gonna use them all at once and win the game. I'm about to be upset. No, no. What? Why did Shockwave come back? Did he have to? I don't think it even matters. I think you still go. Or just play it slow, get your nano, and then grab Nano Blade. I think you grab first. And then Nano Blade. Force the backline to have to come forward. Use their resources, right? Yeah, they're about to be... They might not be able to grab first, though. Shockwave got the EMP. Alright, so we got Nano Blade. Oh, yeah, that's a problem. Fucking hell. They literally just blow all three of those big ults at once, because that's the only way you can win 2 CP. Like, this is why I understand the comp, right? Is it allows you to get to this moment But I don't, it doesn't feel good the way they got there. It doesn't feel nice. I mean, the comp worked. They were this close to getting full held, though.
Defend objective A.
Let's get to work.
Yeah, I agree. If Gucci doesn't feed, then they probably get full held there. They play the same comp on defense? I actually don't hate this comp on defense, actually. You have big win conditions. I think the Tracer is just straight up better, but I can understand it, right? Like, second point, if you just have a blade every time, it allows them to just, like, they'll literally, on second point, if they get there, they'll literally be able to cycle between EMP, blade, grab, EMP, blade, grab, EMP, blade, grab, EMP, blade, grab. It could all, if they just fuck up their ults, right? If they drop the spaghetti again on their defense, it could be a throw, but... So Spark's just charging for a nano, it seems like. The biggest issue they're going to have is that I think the EMP is going to be up there at the same time. If Shockwave gets the EMP at the same time as the nano... Oh, shy. Oh, please don't feed before you get the nano.
Wobble wobble, motherfucker.
Alright, Philly's giving some space. They need to go. They need to get this nano and they need to go. Gushway. Nice nano. Nano Genji? Man, look at that neutral game. Alright, well, they traded nanos. Good dive. Good sleep. Alright, now it gets really hard. Spark needed to win that first fight. For the exact reason of what we're talking about. Now they have the blade, the EMP, and the grab. They literally just... As soon as Spark tries to walk in, they're just going to use one. I'm just saying. Thank you for the Prime Gaming sub.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Nano Blade! Oh wow, great peel. That was actually a great peel under the brig. Alright, well. Damn it, guys. Nano Blade didn't work. If only we had another big ultimate that could stop them from walking forward. Didn't even need that one. Let's use this one. Oh no, it's not working. Shockwave, no! Their comp is so shit without ultimates. They're like... It's so bad.
Objective lost. New defense point. Objective B.
I just saw an A10XKQ video that countergrabbing isn't smart. Countergrabbing can work. It's just about... Countergrabbing is all about understanding the back-to-back of it, right? Like, what you're doing. Dude, Mano's just going. Welcome to the EMP town. Oh, that's a 5-man. That was important that they won that fight pretty convincingly because guess what? Nano Blade. Big Q. I actually like this ult comp. Honestly, the more I watch this comp, the more I like it. I think Tracer's more consistent. Like, I think you can just play the Tracer and play Double Bubble, and it's fine, right? I don't think you need the Blade, because you can also just Nano Monkey in on cooldown, and it has the same effect. And the Tracer's just better. I definitely think the Tracer's better, but I don't hate it. I don't love it. Don't get one over. Maybe I just like watching Genji. I hate Genji with a passion in terms of just, like, I think he's such a bait. But it doesn't mean I don't like watching Genji. Can't say it's Genji. Oh, I definitely hate Genji. I'm a support player. Here we go. They're forward. Oh, nice switch onto the brig. Like, he doesn't even need to get 10 kills. He just needs to go in.
Wobble wobble, motherfucker.
Petite Robin. Thank you very much for the Prime sub. Welcome to the fam. Doing lines of pure Philly copian. Yeah, Philly's gonna win the Countdown Cup. Oh yeah. They're gonna do it. I feel good about it, you know? If they can just play Genji Sombra Fat Zaya to get it. Yeah, nah, they're just Carpe EQO back from 2018. Oh yeah. They're gonna get it. They're gonna get it. Long, Rookie of the Year. He's gonna be sick. Definitely. Shanghai kind of washed as well.
Wobble wobble, motherfucker.
Coffee Potato, thank you for 30 months. Alright, Hotba, it's your turn. Dude, he literally just lives his life at 0 energy. I love Hotba Zaya. Okay? I do. I think we should all be fans of the Hotba Zaya. Grab stuff really on point. His bubbles seem weird. Just me. The bubbles don't seem great. Feel like he does a lot. Like, that one on the brig doesn't really make sense. Slowly grab the Zaya. Slowly grab the Zaya. Slowly grab the Zaya. Oh, I would have just grabbed that Zaya 100%. I think I saved it. Think they'd be pretty timely? I feel like he's just wasted a couple every now and then when they've been important. Maybe it's just like the couple of times that I've watched him, but you know? If his bubbles are good, then how can he live his life at 0 charge? That's fair. Thank you very much for money. Cosby with the 300 bits. As a Philly fan, there's only one thing I know for sure. No matter what happens, Philly will disappoint me. Smile. It is the one thing that always holds true. You know? Shanghai goes 0-40. They do great, you know? Shanghai goes 0-40. It's disappointing, but they get better. Dallas, cycle of misery has been broken. They're finally good. You know? Some things change. Philly sucking at the final hours and disappointing their fan base does not change. It has never changed. It's a constant throughout the entirety of the Overwatch League. And you gotta respect it. Their consistency throughout everything. Please grab the Zaya. Dude, Hotba is just man of steel. He's just held that forever, and then they bladed and grabbed at the same time. But I think it's fine, honestly. Because it's probably the last fight. Don't forget the Gladiators. I guess that's true. The Gladiators are also a team that knows how to disappoint. But here's the thing. Here's the difference between the Gladiators and the Fusion, right? Gladiators haven't even got close. At least Philly has gotten close. 2018 Grand Finals. Multiple stage finals. All that kind of stuff. Gladiators haven't never made a Grand Finals. Okay? Philly give it to you just to take it away that little bit later. They don't have anyone who can touch, do they? Cuz, stop it, hurts. It's just the way things are, you know? At least Philly's entertaining. Philly might be one of my favorite teams to watch in the league. Throughout everything, I think Philly might be one of my favorite teams. They're explosive. It's just a roller coaster of emotions. Chips are played for them. That's a good time. Do you think new Genji buff will change his place in the meta? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think Genji's going to change that much. I would have to see the breakpoints. And when the developers put it in there, they said the breakpoints of Genji change. So it'd be interesting to see how much they change and if that makes him way stronger, right? As much as it doesn't seem like a lot of damage, it isn't interesting. Go back and watch the EQO blade. Alright, just for you guys. I'll go back and watch it. The one on the grab?
Ready for battle.
That's pretty good. It's pretty clean. That was smooth. That is something that EQO is very good at, is like chaining everything. I don't know about you guys, when I play Genji, like the first dash I do is just the biggest regret I ever have in my life. I watch these guys do it, I'm like, that doesn't seem that hard. You just dash in their general direction, then slash at them. Then I do it, and I like miss the dash by like that little bit too much. And I gotta chase after him. Then by the time I kill that first guy, the blade's already over. And it's just like the most tragic thing you've ever seen. Yeah, but you're fucking stupid. That is true. And with that, I think we call it. That was a pretty interesting game. Spark seemed very middle of the pack right now. Like that nothing about that game really convinced me that Spark are going to be good. It didn't feel like they were playing bad. It just didn't seem like they really understood what they were doing in this meta. So Fusion looked good. Very niche style of playing the game. Will this keep working? Obviously, they got the win over Shanghai. It's hard to know if that was like legit or, you know, developed. And who are you playing? Plus Shanghai, you know, sort of don't have their foot down on the pedal. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe the Fusion will finally win the Countdown Cup. Probably not. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys had a great stream. Great VOD review. And I will see you guys next time.